Gregg has a presence about him that attracts you to him. The way he carries himself, the way he treats you, the instant respect you feel, and left a lasting impression.
I think everything in life is earned. And if you earn a relationship with somebody and protect it, then they enjoy the environment that creates, the culture and brand that creates. It lasts.
The culture, the way you feel, you felt as part of a team. You felt like people had your back. You felt that you made a difference, no matter what role you played. That influence was Gregg.
I think it's had to be growing up in my folks and having a big family of 5 kids. We all shared the same value system. We all stood there and protected each other. We all made our share of mistakes. And we all knew that we could fix them if we didn't compromise who we were. You know, my family values is really what I relied upon. I hadn't built a lot. I've never built a golf course, never operated a golf course. I didn't know any of those things. I found guys smarter than me. I was a broker, just buying and selling land, dirt peddler I call it, and found my way into being able to change a state statute back in the 80s that allowed me to get in position to ultimately buy what became Grayhawk, which was 5,000 lots and 36 holes of golf. So we turned the golf course into a member for a day approach is what we used to call it. And it worked really well, but we didn't invent it. We got lucky. The Anderson Consulting World Championship of Golf came to us. What we didn't anticipate was ESPN was going to run this for 6 months before the finals. And all they ever said was the road to Grayhawk, the road to Grayhawk. So in 2 or 3 years' time, our name had become synonymous with a place the best players wanted to go play. How lucky can you get?
He's never made it about him. He has no ego, but he's one of the most strategic thinkers I've ever been around. And he's able to collaborate with others to make sure everyone's involved in the process so that the best possible situation or best possible outcome shows through.
Well, it's a shared vision, not my vision, even though I have strategic ideas. I think it's as simple as sharing values.
Gregg's impact through the game is out of a love for the game and also doing the right thing. And if he sees something that isn't quite right or hasn't been addressed, he owns it. And owns it from a standpoint that he will get involved, he'll dig in.
I got roped into being on the Sun Angel Foundation board, and the next thing I knew, I was the president of what became the Sun Devil Club. I've spent 6 years with that and got to know Michael Crow and all his ADs pretty well. At the end of that term, Michael came to me and said, it would be great if you would help us move our golf teams to a new site. I said, okay. We narrowed it down. Papago was the best choice. ASU then assigned it to this foundation, and because it was a small group and they gave me the autonomy to reposition and reimagine what Papago could be, I took the job. Where does a person like me get a shot at repositioning a municipal golf course? But knowing I had enough freedom to try and make Papago the hub of golf for everybody in Arizona made sense to me because we all own it. In theory, right? It's a public place. So if you design it and build it in a way that you have to take your responsibility of protecting it, then it's worth doing.
When you talk about Gregg, I think people don't realize that he does play to all levels of the game. And he does have a great deal of respect for all levels of the game. He spends as much or more time on municipal golf, more accessible golf, how to grow the game of golf.
It's the only way to protect the game. It's a bottom-up game, and the pyramids are always wider at the bottom than they are at the top. Everybody in golf needs to do better at making sure we don't leave people behind because of economics. And by designing a food and beverage business that subsidizes golf, we're able to keep the Phoenix resident rate at $52 in season, which I think is great, and I think it's an example of what other communities can do.
I think Gregg's influence has always been understated by design. His influence is the ability to get people together to understand the issues, to understand what's coming. He's able to work behind the scenes. He's able to work out in front. And then he's able to spin it into everyone else's victory. How to protect the game, how to make sure that the game is growing in all markets, at all levels.
We need to be more focused on developing a broader, more affordable bottom of the pyramid if we want to teach the values that the game brings to life. Golf is teaching values to so many kids that may not play the game every day or play it all their lives, but I think we have a huge impact on a moment in time in our country where we could stand to have a better value system, and golf's a real deliverer of that. So I think our message is resonating.
At the end of the day, those that grow the game, those that protect the game, those that constantly remind you of the core values of the game should be celebrated. They should be honored, because if the game is going to continue to flourish down the road, we need the individuals that will not only raise their hand, will not only dedicate time and resources, but also get others involved.
Golf started at St. Andrews, and the community used it as a park. And if we give these great golf courses in these locations back to the community, golf won't be going anywhere.
Okay, we're done here. It's nice talking to you, Alex. Enjoy your dinner.